एकदम अंधेरा आ रहा है. ये ले लो. हाँ. Good afternoon, class. Sorry, good evening. 2 मिनट और वेट करते हैं. आफ्टर दैट आई विल स्टार्ट माय लेक्चर. ये फर्स्ट लेक्चर है लाइव मेरा. ऐसे तो YouTube पे बहुत सारे लेक्चर फार्माकोलॉजी के डाल रखे हैं, लेकिन आज फर्स्ट एक्सपीरियंस है लाइव लेक्चर लेने का. और आफ्टर 2 or 3 minutes I will start my lecture from Unit 2. ओके क्लास, लेक्चर को स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ. एज पर योर सिलेबस, यूनिट नंबर 2, that is your terms and abbreviations, which is used to describe directions, planes and cavities of the body. That is your unit 2 in medical terminology syllabus. In previous lecture I discussed some points related to your terms and abbreviation. First of all, I want to repeat it again and then move on to the next topic. Okay. In previous lecture, I discussed about directional terms like anterior, posterior, superior, inferior, lateral. These terms I discussed in the previous lecture. I want to repeat it again because today some students join the class first time. So if I'm talking about superior, so you will say, sir, nearer to the heads or towards your head. First, you can explain the definition of superior. That means towards your head. And the example for superior, that is your cardiac is superior to the liver, or at other organs or anything in your body, like your forehead, that is superior to your eyes is superior to your nose is superior to your lips, and cardiac or thoracic cavity, that is superior to your abdominal cavity, whereas abdominal cavity is superior to your pelvic cavity. Next, that is your inferior. Inferior means you can say away from your head. Superior means towards your head, whereas inferior means away from your head. And you can explain by giving some examples like your nose is inferior to your eyes is inferior to your forehead, pelvic cavity is inferior to your abdominal cavity, lungs is inferior to your cardiac. These are the some examples for inferior. Okay. Next point, that is your anterior. Anterior means nearer to or front of the body. It means you can say that your sternum, or that is known as breastbone, is anterior to your cardiac. Whereas in case of posterior, it means back side or dorsal side, that is nearer to the back. And you can say esophagus, which is posterior to the trachea. Medial, it means medial means nearer to the midline. Then you will say ulna and radius. Ulna and radius both are in medial or medium. Okay, next one, that is your epsilateral. So you will after medial, you can, I want to explain you about lateral. It means far away from your midline or further from midlines. Then you will say both the lungs, that is far away from your cardiac, that is the example for the lateral. Whereas in case of intermediate, then you will say between the structures. It means then you will always say in between your lungs there is a cardiac. So this is the example for the intermediate. It means you can say between the lungs there is a cardiac, that is the example for intermediate. Ipsilateral, it means on the same side of the body, from right side or from left side, two organs or two structure on the same surface or same side, that is known as ipsilateral. And the example for ipsilateral is gallbladder as well as ascending colons, both are in ipsilateral. Next one, that is your contralateral. Contra means opposite direction. It means you can say on the opposite side of the body from another structure. It means right side is one structure and the left side is another structure, that is contralateral. And the example for contralateral, you can say ascending and descending colon. It means ascending colon from right side, then you will say, sir, descending colon from your left side. Next one, that is your proximal. Proximal means nearer to the attachment of the limbs. It means your shoulder that is attached to your trunk or upper part of the trunk. So nearer to the this shoulder, that is your proximal. Or the and the other example for proximal, you can say your thigh is connected your groin and your shoulder is connected to your upper trunk region. Next one, that is distal. It means you can say away from your limbs, any limbs, lower limbs or upper limbs. Or you can say the example for distal, that is your phalanges are distal from your carpals. Superficial, in previous lecture